Back here on CBS Sports HQ, where our training camp tour continues. And near the Big Apple is where you'll find our own Aditi Kinkhabwala as the New York Jets training camp continues. Aditi, thanks so much for taking the time to join us here live on CBS Sports HQ. I do want to start with just a vibe check and the energy you are feeling being around this team, a new era, new head coach, of course, Aaron Glenn, and what they hope will be a breath of fresh air.
Jordan, it was just day one on the field, but it was crisp, the energy was high, and all of that new culture that Aaron Glenn has been talking about was on full display. When he came to talk to the media after that practice, he was pretty open. He said yesterday he told his players that the expectation, like everybody else, is to win the Super Bowl. But he also said that that starts right here with training camp and how we are out on the field. And when you watch this Jets team, we saw some differences. There was a corner blitz during 7-on-7 drills. That's not a lot of what we saw under Robert Saleh. Afterwards, when I talked to Quincy Williams and his brother Quinnen Williams, they both said that this will be a more aggressive defense. Quincy said, we're going to have backs on backers. We're going to go ones-on-ones in practice. Quinnen said, it is a different standard here, and we can already tell that. So it always sounds good on day one, but I can tell you this at least, that the Jets are indeed walking the walk on this first day.
Yeah, the hype is real always on day one. We got to pump the brakes just a little bit, but it's always fun. You know, a ton of new changes on this team, as we just highlighted, of course, Aaron Glenn, but a new starting quarterback in Justin Fields. You actually had a chance to catch up with Justin just a few moments ago. What were your biggest takeaways?
Well, you know, I spent quite a bit of time with Justin Fields a year ago when he was in Pittsburgh, too, and that was such an interesting situation. He started the season when Russell Wilson was hurt. He played very well through 6 games, doing only what was asked of him. The coaching staff in Pittsburgh felt that he genuinely was improving, but then Russell Wilson got a chance to start. He took over that role late in the season. The Steelers locker room and the Steelers offensive coaching staff felt that as the offense was sputtering, they should have gone back to Fields. Head coach Mike Tomlin made the decision not to, and I talked to Justin Fields about that today, only for him to be able to say he learned a lot, that it was the first time in his life he'd ever been through an experience like that. But he said it did indeed give him a little bit of an extra chip, and did indeed, as Garrett Wilson told me, give him a little bit of a different focus. Now, having Garrett Wilson, who he played with at Ohio State, on the field certainly offers a level of comfort. We saw a really nice long pass play today on the field. We saw one that got broken up, but you can see that that chemistry all these years later is still there. Fields said that he feels that he's grown a lot on the field, not just psychologically, but on the field as well, after having that year last year with that different coaching staff. And he said this already feels like home. He's excited about this offense, and he and this offensive staff are formulating what suits this personnel right now. The process of that always, Jordan, is certainly fun.
I love to hear that. That is awesome. Let's talk about that guy you just highlighted, though, Garrett Wilson. Of course, the Jets locked up Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner this offseason. Both superstars really looking to take the next step forward, I should say. What are your expectations for both of them?
Well, Garrett Wilson has truly, genuinely been one of my favorite players since he's come in the league. He's played with 7 different quarterbacks. He's not had consistency at the position. He's not always gotten the ball, but he's always taken an approach. Well, even if the ball doesn't come my way exactly as I want the ball to come my way, there are other ways that I can influence the game. He's learned a lot through that process. He's never swayed from that. He's never been someone who's created trouble in any way. And what's funny is I said to Justin Fields, how is he different? He said he's not any different. He's exactly who he was at Ohio State. Except, of course, that he's a little bit richer. Now, Wilson, of course, said with that contract comes responsibility. He celebrated his birthday yesterday, but no big purchases with that contract. He had Krispy Kreme donuts for his birthday. Didn't go out. He said it's time to work, and he, too, is eager to see what he could do, hopefully, with a quarterback that's here to stay for some time.
That is awesome. Great to hear. Aditi Kinkhabwala, always great to see you here on CBS Sports HQ. The fun is just beginning for Aditi as you take a look at our upcoming training camp tour dates. We will have full coverage here on CBS Sports HQ. Of course, Aditi with the New York Jets today will be with the New York Giants come Thursday. then Buffalo on Friday, and then, of course, back in Miami from the Miami Dolphins training camp on Saturday. The countdown is on. We cannot wait for the NFL to return September 7th on CBS, or you can stream, as always, on Paramount+.